and the other one is fully interactive. For Zoom, you have to show your face.
Tomorrow we have meditation at the beginning, a beginner. 6 o'clock. Not too big, but it's
they're all the same. The three of them is different.
Well, that actually is a little Buddha. The same.
Each statue is the same, right? They look the same, right?
Yeah, but look at the hand and the whole. So different Buddha. This is on the
What they're holding.
on the right hand side, and then same Master Buddha and Sakya Buddha at the same time, and Amitabha Buddha.
Sorry, maybe my screen was off. Wait a minute. Oh, it is necessary.
Xong vào
có mấy cái nhóm trà nhãn cho nên tôi cho nó nằm con phim cũng đẹp cô. Nó biết đúng không?
ngày thứ ba nó ngày 2, 3 anh đỡ nếu một ba này lúc nào thì tính là 3 ngày nhưng mà sau 3 ngày ngày 2 ngày vô ăn 3 ngày thì nó biết là không bắt gì rồi cho nên vậy mình chấp nhận rồi. Kiểu là này đó nhưng mà chụp vào mà mọi người chụp vào
Ngày thứ mấy mình làm tư
đỡ tới ngày hôm qua sau 3 ngày nữa
thấy lạnh
hơi lạnh
thấy lạnh hơi bình thường không có được tắm
được chứ nhưng mà mình phải canh được
thành mở cửa bên nhà mình đi ra đi chùa luôn.
Thơ non là hiếp, không nghĩ là thơ non là hiếp. You cold? Okay.
I'm on fire.
Thơ non
I'm
là hiếp.
fucking on fire. Wow.
Nói là cái đây là cái này nó đỡ mà cái ồ wow chưa qua nữa
kêu họ test họ để tới đây nó là đau lắm không biết sao cái này làm việc nhiều quá cái thứ 4 cái tivi là
nghe nói
cái thứ 4 tivi
rồi sao rồi dữ vậy?
Vậy phước quá vậy phước
Hồi đó tụi anh gắn nó 2 cái mà tới mấy ngày người ta còn lên được một cái là bay phải nghỉ
ông biết đâu ông nông vui mà các ông chừng
nó 4 người sáng thì nó có cái xong biết là
bút lên cái đầu
Nha khỏe này.
khỏe ở em bên cho chị thấy là thứ 7 chủ nhật thầy giảng cho trên San Fran thành ra do mấy bạn San Fran
Một như cũng dừa. Cái chân của mỗi họ. Cái chuyện của cũng đau lắm á.
Yeah, yes,
That's in Los Angeles.
yeah, Los Angeles.
không ngồi lên trên
How about the one in San Francisco?
Yeah, that also works. I think we few minutes, almost 7.
Oh, it's all connected together.
Must have just spent about a month in Korea. So when he was there, we told him at least. So when I was here in Korea, but that's because of the Korea.
Biết không? Cái tinh tắm hồi xưa nó có dạng thật là sao. Chạy ra ngoài nó cảnh là
kind of curious why they started in Korea because it's
Claire, Claire,
Mai sao vậy?
you want
Hay
to
là mong
offer?
mình
Can you help to offer the tea to master? Is that okay? Can you help?
Let's get started.
还有在修道的时候，说是人少也是这种，你要能到这种多而不多，说是觉得有很多麻烦。
Also, one cultivates, one feels there are lots of troubles.
这个人也不如我的意了，那个人也令我生烦恼。我觉得这些个人都是给我添麻烦。
This person is not as strong as me. That person made me afflicted. I feel all these people are giving me a lot of trouble.
所以我修行不愿意和这一些人都在一起修行，所以没有我一个人单独的修行更好。
Therefore, I'm unwilling to cultivate with these people. Actually, it would be better for me to cultivate on my own.
这是一种愚痴的想法。你修道不是人家给你麻烦，是你给人家麻烦。
This is a stupid thought. When you cultivate, it's not others who are giving you trouble, it's you who are giving others trouble.
你如果没有给人家麻烦，你就不会知道人家给你麻烦。
If you don't give others trouble, then you won't know others are giving you trouble.
尤其你觉得人给你麻烦，或者你给人麻烦，这一些个问题也都是知道。
Especially when you feel others are giving you trouble, or you're giving others trouble, these types of problems are all attachments.
可是不明白佛法。
It's because you don't understand the Buddha Dharma.
要是明白佛法，你就会通达无碍，不会觉得有任何的麻烦。
If you understand the Buddha Dharma, then you will be clear, not have obstructions. You won't feel there's any problems.
你觉得有麻烦，正是你的功夫不成就，没有定力。
If you feel it's troublesome, it's because your gongfu is not accomplished yet. you don't have samadhi power. If you have samadhi power, then all the problems will be gone.
You can't.
Okay, stop. Okay. Let's see what he's talking about. Okay. So now he's going into the concept of Kung Fu. That's Master YongHua's one of his concepts he used when he taught his disciples. The Kung Fu and the people who cultivate and they build up their Kung Fu. So he started by saying that when you cultivate and you feel afflicted, you feel that you will have a lot of afflictions, not trouble. Here it's afflictions. Okay, these are important concepts in Buddhism you need to be aware of. These are the key words where that should trigger a certain response from you. So concept here is affliction. If you have afflictions, you feel a lot of afflictions. Okay. What kind of afflictions? You judge others. You blame others. Not only you feel afflicted yourself, but you put the source of your afflictions as others. Okay, and therefore you say, cultivating here with these people seem to be very inefficient for me, and therefore I'm much better off by myself. What does it sound like? This is a stupid thought. He says that when you cultivate and you it's not that the others make you afflicted. Actually, you are the one who afflicted the others. What he's referring to, let me paraphrase it for you. I would try to explain it slightly differently for you. Typically, when you cultivate, the Hinayana approach would say that I realize that the source of my troubles is the others. And therefore, I'm better off cultivating myself so that I reduce the source of my afflictions. Okay? And that's why they run away. They isolate themselves from the others, such as going to the wilderness, go to the deep forest, stay in a cave, and in particular, they reduce interaction with others, because that interaction with others, that's a major source of our afflictions, and therefore, Master YongHua says it's a stupid thought. Anyone has any problems? Hey, it's not me. I'm interpreting it for you. And then he explains, actually, it's not the others who are afflicting you. You are the one who are afflicting the others. This is not clear to me. I will explain this as the reason that you want to cultivate with others is in order for others to afflict you. This is our Mahayana Dharma. It's called the Great Assembly Dharma, because we do it on purpose so that the more people we practice with, the more easily we get afflicted. That's our secret. We're seeking afflictions instead of running away from afflictions. So whether you, and this is a quintessential Great Assembly Dharma. We go to a great assembly where everyone cultivates together in order to be afflicted. And that's why we even avoid hiding in our temples and ignoring the world, ignoring others. Okay, meaning that at times when others come to our temple and they no longer afflict us, we'll have to go outside in order to get more afflictions. All right? And we make sure that we welcome everyone, not just, for example, it's okay, let them be. We welcome everyone to come and cultivate, not just the kinds of people that we can understand. Yes.
Di Đà Phật, dạ thưa Thầy, chỉ cho chúng con biết khi mà gặp phiền não thì chúng con phải làm như thế nào. A Di Đà Phật.
For Master, can you please instruct us on when we face with affliction, how should we act upon?
I am not sure what he plans to do after this. I'm only pointing out so far where he's going. I will explain it differently. To him, he says, you blaming others for giving you trouble. Actually, you're the one who is giving others trouble. To me, it's not that important. The important is that we give each other trouble. That's what we're seeking to do actively. Okay? So this is the job of the teacher. If you realize that your students are not afflicted enough, and you give them even more afflictions. Go ahead, Wei Mountain.
Mô Phật bạch Thầy, cái người mà có phiền não thì cái người đó chắc chưa có tu. Tại sao không học cái hạnh của Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát? Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát đông không có bao giờ mà phiền não. Thì mình thấy mình phải học những cái gương đó để mình xóa bỏ những cái phiền não. Mô Phật.
Emitofuo, Master, people who have affliction are those who haven't cultivated yet. Why do we not learn from Quan Shi Yin Bodhisattva conduct? She's not afflicted at all.
Wow, the bandwidth is pretty amazing, huh? You can see the camera panning around and then spinning like crazy, zooming and zooming out like crazy. That's impressive. Get a cheaper camera, come on. The thing here, technically speaking, maybe you should zoom in, zoom out, and then don't leave it as a main camera yet, so that people feel less dizzy. I felt a little bit dizzy. Okay, everyone, if you don't know this lady here, she used to be spy number 1, meaning that I'm reminding myself that she's a disciple of Master YongHua. When you talk about disciples of Master YongHua, you don't realize what I was announcing to everyone. Don't try to convert these people. They're extremely loyal to him. Don't you dare. Don't you waste your time, okay? Don't let them afflict you by trying to convert them. You see, she stood by the company line right away. She says, hey, man, you should be like Wan Yin, not getting afflicted and not afflicted others. That's what Master YongHua has always been teaching. I found that my style is slightly different. My style is I prefer for a lot more afflictions when you cultivate. The greater Dharma assembly, the better off. The more crazy people come cultivate, as long as they follow the rules, the more interesting the cultivation. And we'll come to that, okay? And see where he's going. All I'm saying, all we're at right now is at the surface level. So can you hang on to that thought? Maybe you discuss it later, okay? And not just me, but I'm going to ask you, what do you do when you get afflicted? Okay? It's you who've been resolving your afflictions. I haven't. I just add afflictions. That's all I've been doing. And he says that if you don't give others trouble, then you won't know others are giving you trouble. What is he talking about? Many of you are very experienced. You've been coming to a lot of temples. You've been practicing the Buddha Dharma for decades. You learn from a lot of great teachers, like Master YongHua, like the other great Chinese masters, Korean masters, Vietnamese masters, Theravada masters, and so forth. Okay? What is he talking about? Yes, yellow.
Emitofuo Master, the Master may talk about karma. If you don't give other trouble, then you don't get the karma of other people give it back to you.
Okay, good point. Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. Ditto. I couldn't say it better myself.
What? Come again?
The same thing, yeah. I don't know exactly what Great Master Shenhua means, but my takeaway is it's based on karma. If you give people trouble...
Ditto. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes I have. I'm losing my hearing. Please forgive me. I hope I'm not giving you afflictions. Go ahead, question from JC.
안녕하세요. 아까 번뇌가 없는 상태를 얘기하셨는데 번뇌가 없다는 거는 머리가 텅 비어 있다는 걸 간단하게 그렇게 이해해도 되는 건가요? 예를 들어서 절에서가 아니라 밖에서 생활을 할 때 가족들과 얘기를 하거나 아니면 학교에서 과제를 하면서 같이 상의를 할 때나 아니면 영어 선생님께 질문을 할 때 생각을 거치게 되는데 이럴 때는 어떻게 해야 되는 건지 잘 모르겠습니다.
Master, I want to ask you about the state of no affliction. Is no affliction means my head is empty? Is it right? For example, when in the outside temple, when I talk with people, or when I do homework, or when I do ask questions to you, I have to think. Then what should I do?
Very good. Anyone would like to answer him? You guys are having too much wisdom. It's getting dangerous to teach you. Yes, you too.
Thank you, Master. From Diego Alfonso. I think Master is saying that we are only a reflection. If you are getting afflicted by others, is because you are like that as well and afflict others.
Anyone else? This is all your collective wisdom can offer me? Orange.
Thank you, Sifu. When I read that, what I was thinking is that you don't look at other people fall. So even when people are trying to give you, giving you trouble, you don't see it. It's like your mind is pure that you don't see it's a trouble at all. You are not being afflicted.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. I have a second thought. I can't see the slide, but it could be that Great Master Shenhua is saying, if you don't put trouble out, even if other people are causing you trouble, you won't learn about it. So it may not be stopping the trouble, you just won't hear about it. That's more of a literal take.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes. Black.
I think there's also if you are at the level of you don't give others trouble, then at that level you automatically would also not being afflicted by others.
Uh-huh. Okay, very good. Anyone else? All your answers are pretty good. I'm trying to listen to you and see if my assessment of your level is accurate or not. Anyone else? Wei Mao.
Master, my take on it is like, let's see if I'll look at somebody and say like, I don't like this person. It's really like something inside myself that I don't like, and then that's the same as me. So it's kind of
some kind of
I
ghost.
think that's where he's coming from with it.
Some kind of ghost, maybe.
The mania.
Maybe. So it's not you.
Mania. What not? Huh? Mania.
Your wife's
Maybe,
ghost? Your girlfriend's ghost?
Sometimes with me, the thoughts come and go. So if I'm out in the crazy world, I get ghosts come at me, and if I'm in here, they have to behave.
The ghost coming from your neighbors, the one behind you? We can't see the face? Okay. Okay, you have a point. Yes, thank you for pointing it out to me. Wei Mao. Aha, see, that one right there, that's been given. That one is bipolar. That's, I forgot what her name is, but crazy lady. I just remember vaguely I talked to her. She asked to talk to me for the first time after coming to my lecture at Lu Mountain Temple for a few times, and then we sat down, closed the door. I think it was one-on-one, and she cried. And she says, I apologize to you. I normally don't cry to men. You did. I think Han Dang was there. Yeah, that was my witness. I was pure then. I only talk to women as at least the third person. YouTube question.
Thank you, Master. From Cordelia Lee. It's a blessing to be able to see my affliction. I reflect inward to see why I'm afflicted, and to also see how to help others if the reason they're causing affliction is suffering they are going through.
Okay, that's one of the reasons why we get into Great Assembly Dharma, because we see a lot of afflictions. That's correct. Yes. Whether you want to awaken to that and then decide to help others, that's more kudos to you. Okay, but typically, the worldly ways is that when people get afflicted, they run away. They blame others and said, you are too noisy, you are too afflicted, I'm out of here. This is not why I came. I came here for peace of mind. Okay? I came here not to be yelled at by a teacher. Just because I don't pay doesn't mean that you can yell at me. I didn't agree to this. Okay? You cannot call me stupid. Okay? YouTube.
Thank you, Master. From Brady McBride. Cultivators, ghosts can only give you trouble to the extent that they overpower your kung fu.
All right. See, you guys know too much. Okay, anyone else? I can't disagree with any of your answers, except for one. Go ahead, Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. My third thought is based on a conversation I was having just before the temple started, and that is the situation where you're giving others trouble but you don't realize it. I think that's a big problem that I personally have experienced, where I'm afflicting others without realizing it.
Oh, that's a new can of worms. Oh my God. Yes, Yellow.
Emitofuo Master. I think when we afflicted, then we should realize that we cultivate in the wrong direction. Because like Nu said that, and also Master, the sixth Petra said that you should look inside and see your own fault. You should not look outside. And you look at your own fault and correct it. Other people, that they are matter, nothing to do with you. So when you afflicted, that means you already go outside and wrong direction.
Okay, see, you have not been repeating yourself except for ditto. Okay, very good. You too.
Emitofuo Master, what Peter just referred is me coming to the temple, and I got afflicted at my work because of miscommunication, lack of experience, and I got afflicted. And my body was burning. So at that moment, I don't know what to do. I try my best to calm myself down. And one of the things I remember, recite Kuan Yin, it doesn't help. I tried the next thing, I tried number 7, whatever it takes to calm me down. And then when I came back to the temple, I talked to Venerable Shinchen and Venerable and Peter, and it helped me calm myself down a little bit. Then I went straight to the Buddha hall. It was 6:48, and I meditated 12 minutes, and somehow I felt very good. And I just don't want to stand up, but because there's translation, I came here. I did it wrong. I apologize, but I could not help but getting afflicted when I work with others.
Okay, go ahead, you too.
From forced Invocation, I believe it's Alex. Alex says, when a person afflicted me, that means they are a loving being I haven't saved yet. Sorry, he probably means a living being, but I just read it as it was written.
Yeah, how lofty. Yes, anyone else? The one comment I disagree with is from Master YongHua disciples. We're different from them. Go ahead, comment from JC.
Hello. I have a question to that young guy. Master, maybe Master remembers him who asked the question. So, when he says the state of non-affliction, is it like being empty in the head? I want to know what he thinks it is.
Okay. Yes, there's a lady in the back here who's been patiently waiting for everyone. She said, I'm old and everyone ignoring me. Can I say something? Please do.
Dạ, thưa Thầy và Thầy chúng, theo con nghĩ trên con đường tu tập của mình, chính ra là mình học một cái là mình không có giận hờn ai và oán trách ai. Thì những cái điều mà mình chắc mình giận thì người khác á, thì chính mình đã đem đến cái sự phiền muộn cho mình. A Di Đà Phật, con nói như vậy, con sẽ nói hết. Không biết con nói có đúng hay không, vì con cũng không có giận ai, con không chấp ai, thành ra lúc nào con cũng thấy chính con mang cái sự an lạc đến cho con. A Di Đà Phật, Thầy.
Okay, very good. Translation.
Emitofuo Master and Great Assembly. I think that during our path of cultivation, it is us not get angry at other people and not retaliate other people. Then that means that we don't we don't bring the affliction for ourselves. I don't know if it is correct or not. For me, my personal experience, I don't get angry at other people. Therefore, I bring myself bliss, Emitofuo. Peace and bliss.
Very good. Can we go to JMT quickly?
안녕하세요, 마스터. 그러니까 일단 저의 경우에는 뭐 다른 사람이 나를 번뇌롭게 한다라고 이렇게 생각을 했는데 제 안에 탐진치가 있었을 때 번뇌가 일어나더라고요. 그러니까 제 안에 탐진치와 연관이 있을 때만 번뇌가 일어나는 걸 그러니까 인식을 하게 됐고 그래서 번뇌가 일어나는 것이 마스터와 그다음에 선화상이 말씀하신 대로 번뇌는 제 잘못이었다는 것을 인식하고 좀 많이 편해졌던 것 같아요. 그래서 보라선에서 질문하신 그 젊은 남자분에게 이게 도움일지 모르겠지만 일단 저의 케이스는 그랬습니다.
Master, in my case, at first I thought others afflicted me, but I noticed that when there's no greed, anger, and stupidity in my mind, then there's no more affliction. So I realized that affliction is my fault, and then I feel comfortable.
That's very good. May I make a comment to her before I forget? Because there's lots of comments I could make to her. In your case, in her case here, Master Xinhua's actually teachings applies. That it's not others who are giving you trouble. Actually, you are the one who is giving others trouble. Okay. The one comment I disagree with is someone said earlier, we're not going to mention names, someone said earlier that you are afflicted because if you are afflicted, think of yourself as one yin, and therefore your affliction will go away. This is what Master Xinhua and Lem people over there would like to do. They tell them, hey, I'm a one yin mini me, and therefore I could. What afflictions? No, it's not how we cultivate. We're different. Because the fact is that I don't care what you think. I don't care what you can convince yourself. But you are not one yin, not in my eyes. Okay? Definitely, if you're one yin, then you don't need to cultivate. We're cultivating because we're not one yin at all. So to pretend that we one yin is to delude oneself even more. So that's one more thought of delusion. We don't do it here at our little American school. Okay, the other is a more recent comment, because I've been waiting to see if anyone jumps on that. But as I noticed, you've been most gentle with old people. That's very good. The second comment I would have is a recent older person. She says, what did she say again? Anyone remembers? I don't remember the actual wording she used. Anyone? Vietnamese people, what did she say? Huh? All I remember is that she says, what I do is that I don't get afflicted, because I can see why. That's when I looked at her, when I listened to her answer, I said, oh, wow, that's lovely. You know what she said? What I learned from her answer, her commentary, her comment is that she says, hey, I'm too old, man, to be afflicted. I don't have the energy to be afflicted. I have better things to worry about. What a lovely answer. It's a fact. When you get to some point in life, some point in your life, whether when you get older like her, or when you are too busy, when you have important things to worry about, she's older and says, hey, I have much more important things to worry about. I cannot afford to waste time anymore, like when I was younger. It's such a waste of time. I got all those afflictions, and I found out that it's not very good. It's not very useful. Very good. Thank you. You see? Oh. So don't think she's sitting back and we tolerate her. We also are learning from her. She's watching everyone. Okay, you have good answers. That's very, very good. The thing here is right on the slide where we are all commenting about is you don't give others trouble, and then you won't know that others are giving you trouble. There's a word you here and others. There's still an ego. He says here, as long as you have an ego, okay, you won't know that others are giving you trouble. And furthermore, it took it even further. Don't take this as simply about ego. It also is about the Mahayana teaching of the mark of itself, a mark of others. Okay, this is a Vajra teaching. This is a Prajna teaching. He's alluding to. Okay, so he has his style of explaining things. Okay, but for all practical purposes, in Chan school, okay, especially many of you are practicing the Huatou. Okay, you should simply ask yourself, who's afflicted? Who's afflicting me? And if your Huatou is at a decent skill level, then you understand that in that case, at that time, the affliction immediately evaporates. Okay, it doesn't stop here. And then you have to continue to keep on going back to the great assembly until you others and let others afflict you, until you discover more and more of the marks that you have attachments. The 4 marks of attachments in Prajna wisdom, he only mentioned 2. What are those 4 marks? Anyone knows? Go ahead, you Chinese people, Korean people, Vietnamese people. This is when you search your dictionary or you flip out your Buddhist dictionary. Come on. These are fundamental concepts you should know and should memorize. Yes, orange.
A Di Đà Phật. Dạ thưa con nhớ là thầy đã dạy rằng chúng ta có 4 cái chấp, 4 cái tướng là tướng ngã, tướng nhân, tướng chúng sanh và thọ giả.
See, this lady has been going to the good teachers.
Emitofuo, Master, I remember the instruction from you is that we as regular people have 4 kind of attachment. Is attachment to self, the mark of self, the mark of others, the mark of tướng nhân, tướng ngã, the mark of living being and the mark of a life.
Lifespan.
Thank you, Master.
Okay. See, when you translate, you also need to have these important concepts as well. If you don't, that's when you're learning. We're all learning. Okay? We're not getting paid, so we don't expect you to be perfect. See now? His teaching is very solid. This is you here, and there is others. Okay? Okay. If you will, for future reference, you should change these slides to, instead of trouble, it's afflictions. You're not giving others afflictions, not trouble. Mafan, trouble is for worldly people. They speak like you're a lot of trouble. Actually, in Buddhism, we're not talking about trouble. We're talking about afflictions. Okay? Worldly people, the Chinese words mafan is actually lumps all trouble and afflictions together, and it's translated for as trouble because worldly people have no wisdom. They only see trouble. Okay? The people who are working on afflictions, okay, they see it as affliction. It's not trouble at all. No, it's not trouble at all. Please trouble me. Way mountain.
Thank you, Master. I don't intend to afflict you with this comment, but I consulted the American Google Dictionary, and I found a video by Master YongHua titled 3 Kinds of Prajna Wisdom. And in the description, it states the 3 types of prajna wisdom are 1, literary prajna, 2, contemplative prajna, 3, real mark prajna.
And
that
is there a point here? You, the person who's trying to afflict me?
Yeah, so 3 is different than 4, and then the types of prajna described here sound different than marks of others, marks of living beings, marks of life, and marks of self, like Diego Alfonso outlined on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's the 3 types of prajna. But we're talking about the 4 types of marks that when the people who are developing prajna cultivate, they will need to work on those marks. And as long as you still have those 4 marks, it sort of indicates where you are in your path of cultivation, your degree of cultivation. So there are different ways of looking at the issues. Okay, you're correct. Yes.
Thank you for clarifying. I'm unafflicted now.
I'm not wrong. I don't care what you think. You could try to afflict me.
No, Master, I want to validate that you are correct and I was wrong.
It sounded like you were criticizing me because you started saying, I don't mean to criticize you. But if I do, tough luck. Yeah, if you're the master, we're supposed to afflict you. What are you talking about? Okay? Yeah. All right. Any other questions or comments? Go ahead. Comment from JC.
네, 아까 말씀드린 거 관련은 아니고 그냥 제가 드리고 싶은 말씀이 있어서요. 예전에 일자리 관련해서 물어봤었는데, 마스터랑 많은 분들 덕분에 이번 주부터 일을 나가기 시작해가지고 감사드린다고 말씀드리고 싶었습니다. 네, 감사합니다.
Maybe Master can see her.
Yes.
She's your acupuncturist.
No, I've been trying to make her become an acupuncturist, but she refuses.
스님 제가 할까요? 스님 저기.
Are you
여기
acupuncturist yet?
Yeah, she got a new job. She got a better job that she like. So she says she got some help from everyone here and you too. So she finally got a job and she's gonna go to work. So she's very thankful. And 얘기해도 돼? 뭐 이사하는 거?
Well, congratulations. Congratulations, Hyo-jung.
And Master, and also because her new job's location, she is moving to next to Jorkang.
Oh, wow, look at that. She's going to really come
she got a lease contract.
to Jewel Kong and afflict all of us. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. All right. I gave up on you. This lady is tough. The Koreans are tough. Interesting. All right. What did she say again?
Well, Master, and just for your information, we had a little party today to celebrate her job.
All right. Do we have free acupuncture clinic at the temple? All right. Very good. Okay, let's continue. He says, the afflictions, you afflicted. It's because when you afflicted, there's a cause for it. You see, difference in approaches. People, ordinary people, they only look at afflictions. When you're afflicted, you're being trained to look at the source of the afflictions. Okay? Those are the attachments. All right? And you have attachments because you don't understand. Okay? What is he talking about? 明白佛法. What does it mean in Chinese? Chinese people, what does it mean? You don't understand the Buddha Dharma. Because if you did understand the Buddha Dharma, if you understood the Buddha Dharma, not understand, if you understood the Buddha Dharma, then you'll be clear. Then you will, then you will tungda, and do you see clearly or understand thoroughly without any obstructions. Here's where please take the time to do the translation properly, because this is how we should be teaching in English. The Chinese teaching is very, very good. And we need to make sure that we try to reflect the teaching of the sages. To be clear and not have obstruction is not shall we say, Buddhist enough. And you will not have any afflictions. You want me to refresh everything for you? Okay. Did you fix prior slides? Okay. Okay, very good. Let's see what else. Okay. And if your afflictions arise, in the Chinese here, we can do better than that. 觉得 here is very good. But for in English, the 觉得 here is actually means they arise. Okay, if your affliction arise, it's because afflictions it's because don't do kung fu here, it's too American. Let's do gung fu, okay? G-O-N-G. This is when we force the rest of the world to use our jargon and our spelling, okay? Cheng jiu. Your kung fu is not good enough yet, because remember there's some pale faces reminded me. I said, I am a pale-faced person. I don't understand what you yellow-faced person talk about. Accomplishment. Okay? Accomplishment here to them, to the gringos, okay, is you're not good enough yet. Right? You and what are we talking about specifically? What's good enough? Good enough means that you have 没有定力, you don't have samadhi power. His teaching is very casual, but actually it's extremely solid reasoning. Okay, I want you future teachers to pay attention to the way that he explains things here. It's very, very sound. If you had samadhi power, okay, then all the problems would disappear. Okay? What is he talking about? The teaching is very, very good. I don't think any of you realize how beautiful teaching this is. I talked to, for example, many enlightened people, and they don't even realize this. What is he talking about? I just give the clues. Those you have samadhi power. This is precisely why when we teach Chan meditation, when I teach you, we keep on stressing you. What do we stress in our American school? Right here. You see, we spend an hour talking about this in order to arrive at the core issue. This Chinese teacher is by far the best. I don't hear other teachers talk like this, explain to their disciples like this. Or when I challenge the other enlightened people, they get confused because they don't understand this principle. And they all make the mistakes of treating me like any ordinary person that they're trying to impress. I remember recently I talked to a very impressive Korean Sunni who's enlightened. I asked him, can I ask you a question? He said, no, don't ask me any questions. Ask someone else. I said, I just want to ask one question. He said, no. Go ask him. Ask my boss. I don't answer questions. What does it sound like to you? He's afflicted. Because he forgot about his samadhi power. What am I teaching you? Why do you blow your top? Why do you yell at people? Because you are not in samadhi. When you are in samadhi, you don't see any trouble. You see no problem. You don't see Vietnamese. You don't see American. You don't see Chinese. No one's at fault. There's no you. There's no others. You see how sound his teaching is here. And it's so casual. He could talk, and you say, he's an old man. No, actually, he's pretty young back then. Oh, I'm the old one. Okay, he's pretty young. What's in 70s, so he died in 90s, so he's in his 50s. He taught like this already. His incredible level of wisdom that no one appreciated it. And so after 20 more years, I said, I have enough. You guys still don't get it. I'm out of here. Because if I stayed on, I would keep on talking like this, and you think, oh, yeah, you talked like that before, Master. You don't have to repeat yourself. You were the one who made him go. It's not my fault. So his stupid disciples, when he's sick and he's dying, they say, I'm going to take the pain for you because we know that it's too painful for you, so we share your pain. We'll inflict pain on ourselves to reduce your pain. Oh, sorry, it's the other arm. Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. Thank you for specifying new vocabulary that I am not familiar with. Could you please, I would appreciate it if you could expand on the difference between Kung Fu, which honestly I just kind of use like a broad general definition for, versus Gong Fu, which this is the first time I'm really encountering that.
Okay, Kung Fu is for panda movies. Gong Fu is American chant. Does it help? And it sounds like I'm joking, but actually, when you talk to people who are panda lovers, then you use Kung Fu. When you talk to us and you try to impress us, you talk Kung Fu. Okay? Someone helps him out. What are we talking about when we talk about Kung Fu? Not Kung Fu. Huh? I was trying to speak Korean, so especially Korean names. I've been desperately trying to learn how to pronounce my Korean disciples' names, okay? Not just Korean names, just my disciples have been trying to learn how to pronounce. I just didn't have enough time to practice them. And they laugh at me. Every single time I try to pronounce a Korean Sunim's name or a Korean disciple's name, they will say, so Peter, we're in the same boat. For you it's Kung Fu, for us it's Kung Fu. DDT.
Master, this is Sarah. I have a question. You gave us example about that Korean Sunim, and then you mentioned that he forgot about his samadhi power. That's why he was afflicted. So when you're, for ordinary people, when we sit, we could enter the samadhi. But how do you enter the samadhi when you do ordinary activities? How do you try to enter the samadhi when we do just working or doing anything during the day? Thank you.
Wow, this lady looks younger and younger every time I look at her. How old are you again? Close to 90? Oh, okay, one in front of you. How old are you again? 85? 90? Oh, anyone want to answer me? If anyone feels a little bit tickled, they answer me. If they don't feel tickled, there is no one. I will not fall for the trap either. Oh, nice try, yeah. You too.
Thank you, Master. From Jane Clymer, and Jane, I beg your forgiveness in advance. Kung Fu and Gong Fu reflect the slight variation of pronunciations for, and here Jane writes, the Kung Fu Chinese characters. Pronunciation of Chinese characters may vary from regions and times.
Okay. But we're not talking about region in China. We're talking about here in San Jose.
Derek Chen chimes in. Don't be afflicted by the way Kung Fu is spelled by some people.
Stay in Canada. Okay, anyone else? That's the answer right there from the last question to the last question. Kung Fu here refers to samadhi, meaning that when you realize you're afflicted, when you realize you have an affliction, the teaching here is called sudden teaching. This is why his disciples don't get it. This is why that monk I met, who I afflicted, didn't understand sudden teaching. See, I don't have to ask a question. I say ask a question without asking a question. He was afflicted right away, okay? Because he failed to understand that sudden teaching. That's why I told you when I taught you. The Kung Fu, or the Kung Fu, whatever you want to call it, I can't care less. Is what they're not taught. Okay, but Master Hsuan taught this in the 1970s already. That's why I rest my case. He's been teaching this, and 30 years later, look at his disciple and say, you say, don't get my Kung Fu, I'm out of here. Because if they understood, then he will be obligated to continue and say, I'm going to continue to teach you because you get it. I can't give up on you. All right? You don't have samadhi power. Okay? That's all. So if you're afflicted, okay, it's because you don't have enough samadhi power. That's all. It's the bottom line. Okay? The teaching here is that we all have afflictions. Because, as I objected to the first comment, earlier comment, because we are not one in Bodhisattva. One in Bodhisattva is never afflicted because she is actually a Buddha. We are not Buddhas. As long as you're not Buddhas, we have afflictions, like it or not. Like that enlightened Korean monk. Very impressive level, okay? But he's no Buddha yet, that's why he can be afflicted still. So why are you depressed? Depression sounds like an affliction. Yes? Doesn't it? I'm talking very specific things. Let's say you're angry. Or let's say you're afflicted. Any sort of affliction. Okay? What he's telling you here is, can you use your samadhi to deal with your affliction? Can you make it go away from entering samadhi? That's what he's teaching. It's a sudden teaching. QED. I rest my case. See how beautiful the teaching is? All you have to do, I've been training you. You've been being taught, you've been cultivating. When you realize you're afflicted, enter samadhi. You say, well, I can't. Then cross your legs. Don't blame me. Okay? Stop blaming others. You are under control. The reason you've been training Chan is because you develop the ability, real skill right there. Cross your legs. If you cannot enter samadhi, cross your legs until you enter samadhi. And if you are even better than that, you can enter samadhi without crossing your legs. We'll teach you eventually. If you're good enough. Right now, you don't know, you're not taught yet because you're not good enough yet. Your kung fu is too low. You know, fun? He's taught it already. He explained to people already. In such a casual way. Are we talking about what kind of educational level you are? Does it matter how much money you have? Does it matter what is your skin color? Does it matter how tall you are? Doesn't matter. All you have to do is use your samadhi power to deal with your afflictions. So now you understand, and this is vindication for me. After 16 years of teaching you, and I didn't know what to teach, so I had to come up with something that's slightly different. So I said, that's build your samadhi. That's improve. Improvement means bring your samadhi level higher. It's very clear. Doesn't matter what you do. Just bring it up. Raise it. Because of this, eventually, when life troubles you, I'm thinking, I'm sorry, I was saying taught because I was thinking which song are we referring to? Troubled Waters? Like a bridge. Huh? I'm sorry, you pure monks don't listen to music. I listen to music, I love it. Because it reminds me of life. Because it troubles me. But it's a lot less than it troubles you who do not dare listen to music. Anyway. Yes, yellow.
Beautiful master. Yeah.
We should stop using a yellow color because I'm...
I love the yellow.
I should be the only one who can use the word yellow for at the right times. Yes, yellow.
Emitofuo master, thank you very much to explain to us the teaching of the patriarchs, because we've been listening to Dharma talk from various great monks and nuns, and after so many years, this is the first time that you explained to us. Master Chenhua's teaching is very direct and very simple. You are afflicted because you don't have enough samadhi power. And you often remind us that we have to cultivate to increase our samadhi power time after time after time. We really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Master.
Man, shouldn't you feel more humble? You keep on blaming others. You make me so depressed. Okay, you so noisy. Huh? You just will not understand. Because you blame others for your afflictions. Whose fault is it? If you enter samadhi and you're still afflicted, oh, keep improving. Because I'm telling you, you should have no afflictions. And if you're still afflicted, then you should be more humble. You should look at that person who afflicts you as your teacher. Don't blame him. Even if you're enlightened and someone still afflicts you, she's your teacher. That wife of yours, the husband of yours, that's your teacher. A teacher is a person. One of the jobs of a teacher is to point out your weaknesses so you can better defend yourself, protect yourself. If you have samadhi power, next slide, then all the problems will disappear. That's what he's saying. When you are afflicted, how to paraphrase this? What do? You enter samadhi. What affliction? When are you going to do that? I keep on hearing you, oh, there's so much trouble, oh, I'm so depressed. Stop complaining. When are you going to wake up? Enter samadhi. If you enter samadhi, all the problems you have right now will vanish. That's when you have accomplishments. That's when you don't need me anymore. Because I might, again, remember I started by saying my job, one of my jobs is to afflict you. If I don't feel that you getting afflicted enough, I will increase your afflictions level. So that you're more humble. You should ask yourself, why am I afflicted? Because I'm not good enough. My samadhi is not good enough. It's no one's fault. It's not my husband's, it's not my wife. I'm not good enough. So you want to go to the Pure Land? You think Amitabha is going to be impressed by you? Yes, sir, Black. We got to stop using the colors here. Can we use numbers? I'm afflicted over these colors. People are laughing. Hey, got you. Yes, Black.
So is Gonfu a meditative status in samadhi power?
Yes, it's a jargon for us. in our school, in our approach, our style of Chan teaching, it's samadhi power, meaning that, let me explain it to you in this layman's terms. It's like you tell a kid, I saw this in so many movies, that's why it's stuck in my mind. He says, hit me. I say, there? I say, yeah, hit me. And the guy said, bang! I say, more. Bang! Okay, and that's why we build our core. Excuse me. Some kind of attachments here, okay? You got the point? Is that if you're strong enough, they cannot harm you. They cannot inflict pain upon you. That's samadhi power. You're so strong that the thought of pain does not even arise. The thought of fear does not even arise. And that is freedom. It's not money. Money cannot give you that power of not getting afflicted. See that? Your education will not give you protection against that. You see that? You can study your entire life. You can know so much. You can be certified by all the geniuses in the world. You're still afflicted. You're still weak. You still have no wisdom. So he's telling us, look at the big picture. If you measure your success, you measure your superiority by money, by your degrees, by your social status, okay? Are you really a superior person? Are you really free? People say, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free at last. Freedom for us. The people who have real wisdom is to have no afflictions. In other words, your education, your success, your lifetime pursuit are designed to give you more afflictions. When are you going to wake up to that? You tell your children, go get a degree, get an education, get a job. You're adding to their afflictions. So you as parents, as teachers, you should know that. Life is afflictions. Life is suffering. The middle way is that, yes, go get an education. Yes, go get a job, because you're going to be afflicted. But I will also remind you that you also have to meditate. You also have to learn about spirituality, because that's the only way for you to have balance in life. Your kids who go to school, who got a doctorate degree, will not learn that in school. You have to teach them. Your Lama has to teach them. Your father has to teach them. Your priests have to teach them. Your rabbi has to teach them. They're going to learn that in school, let me assure you. What is leg pain? Huh? What is leg pain? I mean to you. An affliction. Yes. So that's why when we teach you chant, you cross your legs and you endure the pain, endure the pain, endure the pain until it goes away. Then your wisdom increases a little bit. Okay? That's spirituality. It's supposed to elevate your soul and make you less afflicted. That includes the fathers and the priests and the monks as well. You're supposed to get less afflicted yourself. Go ahead, YouTube question.
Thank you, Master. We have 2 questions and 1 comment. But first, I'd just like to take the opportunity to publicly express my eternal gratitude to my wife, who teaches me so much every day.
You mean afflictions? Can we be specific? You Americans speak in such abstract terms like the Chinese. I'm very specific. Okay, you don't impress me by using big words. So, what did she give you?
Specifically, I learned so much from her, and she helps me use my samadhi power.
The answer is endless love. You agree?
Hashtag 7-year anniversary. Thank you, Master.
Someday you understand my answer. Endless love. To love somebody. It sounds like a song again. To love somebody is to afflict them. Yes, continue, please. You're with your 2 questions and 1 comment, or 1 comment, 2 questions.
Question number 1 from T.S. Geppetto. Is the nature of samadhi so that it can become overflowing, affecting personalities of other living beings in your proximity?
Yes. Affecting could be in a good way or in a bad way. In Buddhism, we teach you samadhi power, but to help you develop good samadhi power. For us in Buddhism, samadhi power refers to the proper samadhi, not the improper samadhi that non-Buddhists have. Thank you for the question. Second question.
Next question from DTT Daniel. Master, for us who can't cross our legs, is our attempt to enter samadhi taking refuge in the Buddha's name? Thank you.
Whatever it takes. And when we teach you chant, it's not necessarily only to cross your legs. For example, there are some people who cannot cross their legs. Okay? For various reasons. Or some people who can cross their legs very easily. Okay, and they sit and they cross their legs the first time they try for an hour, 2 hours, easily. The first time I tried, it's 2 minutes, I nearly died. Okay, but here I am teaching you, and all those people can still sit longer than I, but they cannot teach you. So it has nothing to do with crossing crossing your legs, how long you sit. In particular, it's not about me. There are a lot of you who cannot cross your legs at all, and yet your samadhi power is much higher than those who can sit for days, weeks. Okay, so your samadhi power can be developed by so many ways than just crossing your legs. Comment.
Thank you, Master. This is from Jane Clymer, following up on my original question of the difference between Kung Fu and Gong Fu. Chinese language is recorded using pictograph. Pronunciation of pictographs varies, and the way that Westerners record the pronunciation varies too.
All right, thank you, Professor. Anyone else?
We have one more a YouTube question.
Go ahead, YouTube question.
From Alba Ramirez. Emitofuo Master, what is improper non-Buddhist samadhi? Thank you.
At the risk of offending others? Hopefully, the Buddhist samadhis that you'll be developing, that you are working on, and in your technique will help make you a person with the proper wisdom. So proper samadhi here refers to proper reception and proper concentration. Okay. And as you improve, you continue to improve your samadhi level with the Buddhist samadhi level. This is the difference. The non-Buddhist samadhi training will peak out at the 8th samadhi. They cannot go further. They don't have the technology to go further. Okay, so that's one aspect of the improper samadhi of a non-Buddhist. Okay. And as far as the Buddhist goes, okay, the higher level samadhis will make your mind more proper. So you discover, you find out. Okay? Yes, Black.
So is samadhi a result of combination of dharana and dhyana?
Samadhi power.
Talking about concentration, because you said it's
concentration is
dharana, right?
Is a goal that we have when we teach you Chan. Chan is a school that stresses the development of samadhi power. Okay, the secret school, the Dharma is from are the teachings from the secret school that teaches you how teaches you about mantras. Okay, and so their stress is more on utilizing mantras, learning mantras and utilizing them. Okay, in a Chan school, and they call themselves supreme teaching. It's not the way it sounds. Okay, supreme teaching is a Buddhist teaching, but it's not the way that they understand. Not at all, unfortunately. And it's so misleading. That's why in China the patriarchs chose to discontinue the secret school in China, because they're becoming deviant, they're going off the wrong path. That's why I said, instead of trying to fix it, okay, there's a tendency for the secret school practitioners to go off in the wrong direction and using big words like, supreme teaching and whatever. It's not the way it sounds. Okay, unfortunately, if you understand supreme teaching, you wouldn't use it. In Chan, we understand the supreme teaching. That's why we don't use it. Okay, so the Chan school is a school that, if you practice Chan, okay, there's only one purpose, is to build samadhi power. By whatever means. Could be dharanis, could be reciting Buddha's name, could be bowing, like that monk disciple of Master Shenhua, those disciples of him, they couldn't practice Chan. That's why they are told to go bow. Don't misunderstand Master Shenhua's teaching. If you're able to cross your legs, and we train, that's why you train you to cross your legs, okay? That will help you build your samadhi so much faster than bowing. So why would you go years bowing? Because you cannot sit in full lotus. That's why it's better that you bow. It's better you go to work. It's better it's better that you go clean the bathroom. Because that's will help you build your samadhi power later. Okay, so it's very clear for us. There's no misconceptions about it. Practice Chan. The bottom line is, what is your samadhi level? You can talk all you want, but what is your level? Whereas you go to the secret school, you recite mantras and you move pencils and you make the wind rise. What it has to do with your samadhi power? And that's why it becomes more prone to people becoming deviant. And the Chinese, I wasn't there, but my guess is the Chinese secret school practitioner or so were developing some skills, began to have some samadhi powers, and they got lost by these mantras they use. And they forgot that the secret school is not to use mantras. For God's sake, when are you going to wake up? I teach you mantras. And what did I tell you? don't use it. And you always say, but, can I use it on my brother? You see my problem? I rest my case. I teach you all these beautiful mantras. I tell you not to use them, you all use them. Yes, a Chinese person who no longer has secret school.
So Master Shenhua says, if you have samadhi power, then all the problems would disappear. What is that level of samadhi power? He did not really say. So that's like the first question. The second question, just the way it sounds, and then we usually talk about have samadhi power. It's like the samadhi level someone's at. But Master, your explanation basically was saying that samadhi power is what the power you can employ at the moment. Like what if you can enter the samadhi, and that's the power, not really like, you are maybe at a certain level, but you're not in samadhi. So is that the correct understanding? I feel that is a very, very specific interpretation of this very more general statement of Master Shenhua.
For example, you have leg pains. I can't take it anymore. I can't take this anymore. I can't take this anymore. Okay, what's that? An affliction. From who? Yourself. Okay? So all you have to do is enter samadhi. And what afflictions? What pain? The pain goes away. Affliction goes away, and you feel so happy. Okay? Yeah. So that's the beautiful of the beauty of the training, because what he's telling you, he's telling you about the superiority of the Chan training. Because if he says, if you have you have troubles, okay? What do? You build bridge to nirvana. I'm making musical, what's the word? Analogies to a certain song. You go from this shore here to the other shore. Well, that's what he's referring to. And if you have afflictions and you develop the skills to enter samadhi and you can't, that means you're not good enough yet. You cannot make your trouble go away yet. So keep at it. Because look around you, the people who can do it already. Okay? Because they develop the ability to, when they're afflicted, when they're depressed, when they're in pain, when they're suffering, all they have to do is enter samadhi and poof, everything goes away. That is freedom. That is happiness. Happiness is that you cannot make me unhappy. Happiness is not money. Happiness is that you cannot make me unhappy. If you still, as you depressed, and you enter samadhi, instead of saying, I'm so depressed, cross your legs, recite mantras, whatever. And we when I tell you don't use a mantra, it means that don't use it for others, but you can use it for yourself. So you can recite the mantra, I'm depressed, so you recite the mantra, recite the mantra until it goes away. It will go away. Stop blaming others. Stop falling for it. I'm so depressed. When are you going to wake up? You depressed? You in trouble? Your head is not clear? Cross your legs. Find an excuse. Go cross your legs. Or don't make any decisions until you are able to clear your head. It's no one's fault but you. You allow your head to be confused. You can keep practicing. Why? Because others who have been taught, who have been trained, are able to be free from their afflictions. Why can't you? That's a good news, right? What do you want? You want to know what happened to those people, or you want to be such people? Most people come here into my temples and my classes and ask me to explain to me how you can be free from afflictions. And I talk and explain to them and say, but how about this, how about that? They only want to know how. But they fail to understand the point of all this is that, why don't you get there? It's possible. The state is possible. Okay? Where you can be free from your afflictions. You can get rid of your afflictions. Okay? Why don't you get there? That's the point. It is so important nowadays for you, okay, to be in this great assembly, because you look around you, there are people better than you, guaranteed. Even the ones you can see. They're the ones you can't see. They're better from you, for sure, yes. But look around the ones you can see. They're better than you. They're far better than you. That's why we have intertemple. Because at first I wanted intertemple because I wanted to look at people's faces. But there is a secondary benefit for all of you. Look at all our assembly from our way places. Way Mountain question.
Thank you, Master. So is our ego a part of a depression or bipolarity or any mental illness?
Yes. Next, Way Mountain.
It was just the one question, Master.
Okay.
We do have a YouTube question. From Burke Demarici. Thank you, Master. What can we do if we can enter samadhi only for brief moments?
And enter longer. Okay, thank you all for coming. And I apologize again for making you wait tonight. That's unacceptable. I do better next time. I hope that you forgive me for afflicting you. Okay. Thank you.